Now, I have a saying that goes, with cash, you will definitely get there. But with leveraging, you will get there much quicker. With cash, you will definitely get there. But with leveraging, you will get there much quicker. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, when we talk about leveraging, this is where now we talk about using other people's resources, using other people's money, using other people's time to help us advance our cause. Now, especially when it comes to property, you probably have heard of a term called OPM. So OPM, this is where we talk about using other people's money. Now, this is where now financial institutions and any other aspect where we can raise money comes into play. So we're technically using less of our money or not using our money at all. Now, for today's example, I want to show you the power of leveraging, how it can really help you to scale your property portfolio much quicker. All right. Let's say now there are two people. There is Lerato and there is James. So Lerato and there is James. Now, both of these people want to start their property portfolios, and both of them have R1 million cash to be able to put down and be able to advance their property portfolio. Now, let's say that both of them do qualify for R1 million loan from the bank, right? So we have James and Lerato. So let's start with James. So James has that R1 million, which is cash, and wants to start the portfolio. But let's say that James does not want to leverage. So he doesn't want any debt. So he wants to buy cash. So he decides to buy two properties worth 500,000 each for that R1 million. All right, so 500,000 each. Let's say both of these properties gives James 5,000 per month of rental income. So rental income of 5,000. So on both of these properties worth 500,000. So let's say all in all, James is making 10,000 per month on his portfolio. All right, and James is happy. Wonderful, he's happy. Now let's say now Lerato on the other hand, Lerato says, no man, I have R1 million cash, right? But I also qualify for R1 million from the banks, okay? So now what then Lerato decides to do is to buy 4 properties worth 500,000 each. So now Lerato goes and buys property number 1, it's 500,000 each. The second one, it's 500,000 each, right? It's 500,000. The third one is 500,000, and the fourth one is 500,000. Right? Wonderful. So now let's say then Lerato decides to say, okay, I do have R1 million cash, so I want to then basically only leverage half. So I want my loan to value to be 50%. So meaning that Lerato is now going to put 250,000 as a deposit, right, in all of these 4 properties, right? So now meaning that Lerato is only financing half of the debt, right? Which then, somehow it makes Lerato feels much comfortable. So she knows that when now she's financing 50% of that, she is probably running at a profit. So she's still making a profit out of these 4 properties. Let's say all of these 4 properties, just like James, each of those properties gives Lerato 5,000 rand of rental income. So I'm not going to be technical around the expenses and everything else. So we're just going to keep it clean so that you can be able to see, the power of leveraging. So now there's 5,000 worth of rental income on each of the properties. So let's say all of them combined, 4 of them, it means that now Lerato is getting how much? It's 20,000. So Lerato is getting 20,000 per month on all of these 4 properties, right? And remember now that the valuation of Lerato's portfolio is sitting at 2 million, whereas James is sitting at 1 million. And let's not forget that Lerato now has 4 properties instead of 2 properties compared to what James has. And what is also beautiful about leveraging is that, as now you are gaining momentum, so you're making money, the banks can be able to give you even more credit so that you can be able to buy more properties. So imagine now, via that 50% loan to ratio that Lerato is running at, she can be able to go and get more properties, and in no time, all of a sudden, she has now a bigger portfolio. So you see the power of leveraging, and half of this, is not her money.